Hi, beautiful. Welcome back, as always, to another episode of the I Am podcast. My name is Jaazy, and here we learn more about who we are as we draw closer to the great I am. As you can see, we're somewhere a little bit different today. We are not back home in the US. We are currently in Belize on a girls' trip, but I had to stay away to chat with you because you're my homegirl too. And today, what's really been on my mind, honestly, since yesterday, is enjoying the season of life that you are in. There's a certain way that nature works. There's a certain way that things flow, and I don't know why we expect ourselves to be any different. As we navigate the world, as we see plants and we see, oh, something is off with this one, or when we even look at products, goods that we buy, and we see that something's damaged or something is off, a lot of those aren't because of what we saw in that moment. It's because something wrong happened when it was being created, when it was being built. You can look back into the assembly line, you can go back through the supply chain, and you can see where something wrong happened, whether that be the wrong resource was used, whether that be the wrong type of good was used in relation to the actual need, or maybe the process was rushed and they didn't really do enough QA. They didn't assure that the quality of what was being produced was correct. And I think that when we don't enjoy this season that we're in, we do the same. And don't freak out. The great thing is that even when there are things that aren't perfect, because nothing is perfect, even when there is some type of error in what is produced, we're still able to make the best out of it. We're still able to enjoy it. Just because there's something wrong isn't always the worst thing. It just means it's different and something you have to work with. But as we're talking about the specific conversation of growing in real time into this dream woman, into the person that you are meant to become, there's no reason why we should be rushing our own process and making room for those errors to take place. I think in my own life, a lot of the rushing comes from one, comparison, and two, ungratefulness. I think there's always someone else you can compare to. Sitting here in this villa, I can look across the water and say, oh my gosh, that villa has a boat. I wish I had a boat. Okay, and you can always compare yourself. You can always find someone to compare yourself to, even when you're living in the biggest blessings and the biggest blessed moments of your life. And what does this comparison do? It takes you from where your 2 feet are. Instead of being able to sit here, enjoy this moment, enjoy this outdoor deck, enjoy the pool, enjoy the breeze, I'm not even living in the moment anymore. Now I'm in my head. Now I'm thinking, wow, what would it be like if I was able to go be on that boat? And that's just one small example of how ungratefulness stops you from being able to live in your present moment. I don't know if you've ever worked on something before. Rhetorical question, we all have. But when you're not actually paying attention to that task, it's really hard to get it done well. It's really hard to do it to the best of your ability and to put your full self into it. When it comes to your life, you want to make sure that you are standing where your 2 feet are, that you're able to be fully invested, that you're able to bring yourself to the table, that you're able to be present with the people around you, because that is what you can have to work on. It doesn't matter how much time I spend thinking about what somebody else has. It's not mine. And even if it becomes mine, maybe it wasn't meant to be mine. My energy should be going towards what God has given me to steward and the things that He's blessed me with. And by doing that, I'm able to really enjoy the moment, enjoy the season that I'm in, and be the best steward of what it is that's been given to me. Also understand that comparison is not the same as inspiration, because I can definitely say I might be inspired now to be at a place in life where I can have a boat and actually own a villa and whatever. That's amazing. But it doesn't take me for where my 2 feet are. The difference, really, you'll be able to feel it is when you're wow, that's a really cool thing that I would love to have one day. This is where I am now. Let me add it to my list of goals and see how it can ladder back to my present moment and how I can work towards it. On the other hand, gratefulness is literally the key, the recipe, the secret sauce to enjoying life and having peace within yourself. There are so many research studies. I'm gonna just paste ones up here, and I don't have the specific information in my head at this moment, but there are so many research studies that point to the fact that being grateful increases your quality of life. It increases your length of life. It decreases your stress levels. It has such a great impact on just how we navigate our day-to-day life. The ability to be grateful is going to change the game for you. Not only because you're like, well, let me not want all the things I want in the future. Let me just be okay with what I have now. No, but because you'll actually be able to enjoy the moment. When you're not grateful, the reality is that you can't enjoy where you actually are, and that the things that you want in the future actually become more of a burden rather than becoming a dream. And that is really the place that you don't want to fall into. And it's so easy to fall into that place, but really resisting that temptation to turn your dreams and goals into burdens where you're not able to enjoy life unless you have them. And that's not how life was meant to be lived. Like, at the end of the day, we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. We don't, like, the bank could literally close all of our accounts and we could all go dead broke and just be living and farming every day. And that's obviously extremely unlikely, but like, you do have to be able to ask yourself as a human being, like, if that was to happen, would I have the capacity to be okay? I know for myself, I would not be okay in the moment. But as I'm learning the importance of being more grateful, of being more where my feet are, of what really matters as far as being happy in my life while pursuing my dreams, I do think I can confidently say that I would get to a point where I would be okay, where I would be able to be content, where I would be able to rely on God and have that peace of mind inside myself. And that is really what is so important, and what's really going to set your growth journey apart, what's going to allow you to continue connecting with people, building relationships, staying authentic, finding joy, not getting burnt out as you're becoming the woman you're meant to be in real time. Because I've talked about it in a previous episode, but growing and pursuing goals, especially when you have big goals as a woman in this world, taking care of yourself, being beautiful every day, like, it takes a lot of work. It can be extremely draining and it can definitely lead to burnout, but I really don't believe that you have to sacrifice yourself for success. In this stage of life, we're making so many critical decisions. We're making so many decisions that will truly impact the rest of our lives when it comes to what we're investing our money in, when it comes to what we're investing our time in, when it comes to our health habits, when it comes to choosing who we're going to be in relationship with, what we're going to be participating in, who we're going to marry, where we're going to live, like all of these really critical decisions. And thankfully, they're not like you make this decision, your life sucks, you make this decision, your life is great. Life has ups and downs, and there's time for like recovery and change, but it would be remiss to say that these decisions don't have a huge impact on your day to day. And when you're in a state of gratefulness, you're also able to make decisions from a place of fullness, not from a place of desperation, not from a place of like, oh my gosh, like there's nothing good about my life right now. I'm speaking from the heart there. Not from a place of, oh my gosh, like I'm so lonely, like I just hate this, like I can't just enjoy my time by myself, I need somebody. Not actually thinking about what are the things that you need to fulfill in yourself so you can even be a good, healthy partner to whoever it is that the Lord will bring you in the future, or to whoever it is that you're with right now. Not thinking, oh my gosh, I just need to be having all the money in the world so I can be the biggest baller on the block, so I can be Mr. Barry. Instead of thinking, what is it that actually brings me joy and satisfaction? What is my purpose in life? What are the things that I am meant to do? And pursuing that, trusting that God is going to bring the resources along the way. Anyways, all to say, y'all, that it is so important to enjoy this season that you are in, not only so that you can be happy-go-lucky and all of that, but because it is vital to being able to stand in your purpose, stand where your 2 feet are, and really pursue and build the life that is meant for you to live. My camera is overheating again, so I have to go, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this episode with somebody who you think could relate. I feel like I was talking to myself and to my friends, like literally in this episode, so I know if I related, you probably related too, and you might know someone who does as well. But I will see you guys